me, Autumn, and today we're gonna, I have Remy next to me. So today we are going to talk about tarot cards. So, a lot of people think tarot cards belong to like the devil, they're evil, oh no, all this stuff. That's not actually the case. So tarot cards, they are used as a tool, whether it's spiritual or just for fun. You know, you can use tarot cards no matter what. They don't set anything in stone. They're not prophesizing, no. They literally give you options and give you details and just facts about the situation. So I'm still learning. You can always keep learning more and more, and I thought I'd come on here and share what I've learned. So I grew up around tarot and oracle cards. Some people in my family have used them, and I never associated them with bad or the devil's work or anything like that, just they're spiritual, they're for spirituality. I see you're looking at my cords. And I thought I'd give you a few pointers or tips if you're starting out, and yeah, so I have two tarot decks with me. I have the Tarot of the Witches, and then I have the Good Tarot. So, I'm in the process of getting an oracle deck, and I can explain the two differencing. Sorry if I get some things wrong, by the way. But the difference is, a tarot deck is kind of like the ingredients to a recipe. So, it gives you specific details, while oracle cards are the recipe itself. So let's say oracle cards are more vague. They're more, open to interpretation, while tarot is kind of cut straight, Also, an oracle deck is much smaller than a tarot deck. A tarot deck normally has a set number of cards, which at the moment I am blanking on because that always happens when I record. While an oracle deck can have less or more cards. Like you can have 26 cards in an oracle deck, you can have 30, you can have 28, you can have 16. It just depends on what kind of deck you get. But a tarot deck, it's normally the same number throughout. So let's talk about tarot. Again, it's just a tool for spirituality. It's advice. If it doesn't resonate with you, you don't need it. You don't need to take it to heart. It's not setting anything in stone. It's just here to help. So it gives you facts and it gives you options. So I'm going to talk mainly about the 4 different suits, I guess they would be called, and maybe the minor and major arcana cards. I really want this to be super short, so just to see how you guys like it. So let us begin. You have about 4 cards, different types of cards in your deck, or in a deck, which are the wands, which mean dramatic change. So normally if you do a spread or a layout and you have a lot of wands, for my deck it's a baton. If you have batons, it means that that person who's asking the question is going to have dramatic change in their life. So you have the wands / batons. Then you have the swords. The swords mean conflict. So it means that there is something that the person is ignoring, and it means extreme conflict. Like, stuff's gonna hit the fan and it's gonna happen. Like, there's really a lot of conflict in that person's life. that is the swords. Okay, so if you see a lot of swords, that's what that means. Next, we have the coins or pentacles. It depends on, again, what deck you have. I have it as coins. So the coins card means it has to do with financial stuff. So pentacles equals financial. So if you see a lot of coins or, pentacles or whatever it is in your deck, then you know that it's that person that asked the question has a lot of financial stuff going on. Okay? And then the last one will be the cups or hearts. However you want to look at it, it's going to be a cup or a heart. Now, what that means is that the spread or layout has to do with relationships and love life. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a romance. It could be a family member. It could be, having to do with a friend. But it does have to do with romance. So if you see a lot of hearts or cups in the person's layout or spread, then you know that has to do with, romantic love life. There are a lot of different ways to do a spread. You can have half a spread or you can have a full spread. There are also different ways you can handle doing a spread. How I do it is I don't know the person's question. I have the person shuffle. So also, side note, a spread or a layout helps give insight to both people. So as the reader, the tarot reader, I am getting a lot of insight on that person's life. I don't know what it pertains to, but I'm getting a lot of insight because just by the 4 different suits, I can see what's going on in that person's life and I can help give more advice to the person. So, yeah, there's that. Then, so as you're giving the reading, I don't personally, I have the person ask the question and then I have them shuffle the cards and then I'll deal them out. When you lay out a spread, you want to flip a card sideways, okay? You want to flip the card for mommy? Okay. Remy is now. She's done. She's like, I'm done with you for now. So you'll take the card out of your deck. Let's say you're shuffling they shuffled their deck, okay? And it's shuffled. You want to give the person the deck so that they shuffle it so it's their energies on the deck. And they're asking the question in their mind, or out loud. I tend to have it in their mind because I'm like, this is private, this is for you, I'm only helping you. You're finding the answers yourself instead of me giving you the answers. So then when I place them, I don't ever place them like this, and I don't place them like that on the spread. I flip them over sideways, always sideways. Doesn't matter if I flip it this way or this way, as long as it's sideways. Reasoning, you don't want to mess up the order of the cards. You don't want to actually give somebody an inverted card for their reading when it might have not been inverted, You can really mess up a reading that way. Unless you don't do inversions. Then that's completely up to you, because I know some people, they don't like to do them. I do them. If it comes out inverted, it was meant to come out inverted, in my opinion. Now, also, you have the major arcana and the minor arcana. This is the last thing I'll talk about in this video. And if you guys like this video, I can always do more videos on this and on topics like this. So, the major arcana are cards like this. The Fool. Okay? That is the very first card in the major arcana. Now, the major arcana has more significance to the read than a minor arcana. So if you have a lot of cards that are major arcana in the deck, that means that this problem or their question can be, the outcome can change due to various different people and their effects on the matter. Rather, minor arcana doesn't necessarily mean that. So the major arcana starts out with the Fool. Now, when you think of the Fool, you think of somebody that's a little ditzy, doesn't really think things through, and nobody wants to be the Fool. Yet, in tarot, it's actually an amazing card. You want to be the Fool. Reasoning it means that you're just starting out, you don't really know anything. You don't have a care in the world, Yeah, you could be a little ditzy, you might not, but that's okay because you are now learning. You are starting from the very beginning. Major Arcana starts at 0. It's the very first card. It is the Fool. It doesn't start at 1. You want to be 0. Normally, when we do measurements, we think 1 is the lowest, but that's not the case. In tarot, 0 is the very first card you get, and then you get 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. So the Fool is a great card. It means you're basically starting out, you don't really know too much about what's going on, and it's a great card, I love it when I'm the Fool. I'm like, yes, I'm carefree, I'm just starting out, I'm learning. So that's a little bit about tarot. I hope that was able to help you. Again, tarot is a tool to use, or you could just do it for fun. It's not connected to anything evil or bad. They are cards that, depending on what energies you put into it, can mean nothing or can help. And help you with problems by giving you, different ideas in solutions and stuff like that. Thank you. I'm getting cleaned right now and bitten. So yes, on that note, I will see you guys next autumn. I love you oh so much. Please try to be the best human beings you can. And yeah, I love you. Bye.